she's like a force of nature. She has an extremely strength. I think she can project a strength. And that's what I was looking for, because in Trudy Ederle, you have a character that's willing to risk her own life.
Hi, Joachim.
Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien.
Muy bien.
¿Qué tal?
Muy bien también. Thank you so much for your time. A pleasure to talk to you. And what an amazing movie. Very emotional, very beautiful. So, we got to stick to the whole session, like stick to the screen, and so beautiful. My son loved it.
Amazing.
So, yes.
Thank you for saying that.
Of course. So, what was about the script? I know that is a true story, which is amazing, but what was about the script that got your attention?
Everything, actually. It was like, I didn't know the story the first time I read the script. I didn't know, and that I was baffled that I didn't know. And very few people I spoke to knew the story. And for me, it had everything I'm always looking for when I'm about to go into a project. I'm always looking for, obviously the drama, but like the emotional core, it's the scary moments, the funny moments, like all of those things kind of came together, and it was extremely inspirational, and I felt such a urgent, important to retell this story for a modern audience. So, and obviously also I have 2 teenage daughters, and I've always been looking for stories that they can relate to and be inspired by, and this for me was like, I just feel so lucky to have been a part of it.
Yes, to find the perfect Trudy, Daisy Ridley, what was about her and what she brings to the role, as well as she's also as actor producer, what she brings to the table this time around?
Well, I mean, obviously she's a great actor, and I think we were so lucky to get her to play Trudy. She has like this, this force of, she's like a force of nature. She has an extremely strength. I think she can project a strength. And that's what I was looking for, because in Trudy Ederle, you have a character that's willing to risk her own life to prove a point, and basically willing to sacrifice everything. And I needed to find an actor that could portray that. And again, I remember telling Daisy very early on, I said, I want to film this as much as possible in the ocean, as much as real as possible. And she took that challenge, and she trained for months and months, learning open water swimming. And we got into our production, and for weeks we were out on the open ocean swimming. She was swimming in 60, 61 degrees until her lips were blue, and never complaining, always getting back in there. No wetsuit, no nothing. And in a way, like channeling Trudy, I felt, obviously none of us were out there risking our own lives, but I really hope that the audience can somehow feel it, that we tried to come as close as possible to the real deal.
Yeah, I think she did an amazing job. Her performance is like, it's such great. It's amazing. Like my son was like, oh my God, I don't know how she did that, because it's amazing. So you mentioned like filming in open sea. How was like the challenge there, to the amount of water there?
Yeah, I mean, making any movie is like a challenge. Like any big project will always be a challenge when you have lots of people and you're trying to achieve something. But then you put it on the water, I think it adds an element of difficulty, definitely, with literally all of the moving pieces. but I grew up by the ocean. I'm fascinated by the ocean. I think it's such a beautiful place, and I'm drawn to stories that has the ocean as a backdrop, you know. And then in this movie, I feel the ocean is like such a character, you know. The channel is the character of the movie. It symbolizes her struggle, you know, how she has to, you know, cross to the other side, or, you know, against the tide, and, you know, it has such beautiful symbolism. So I think it was worth it, and everybody was ready to do it, and everybody had such a passion to tell this story, the crews and the cast, and, you know, and I just hope that the audience can feel it.
Yeah, and you surrounding with amazing cast, female. And also the score is made by Amelia Warner. Can you talk a little bit about the score to us?
Yeah. No, I love it. That's when you feel so lucky as a director, when you get handed like these little pieces of music, and then you put them on, and then suddenly your movie just takes such a giant leap, you know, in the right direction. So wonderful to work with Amelia Warner, making this score. You know, from her point of view, and I'm so happy you feel it, and you see it and hear it. I think making the score and the music is kind of my favorite part of any movie making, because you get to sit back and just watch, you know, the composer work, and it's one of the few times where I can't really add much to anything, because I'm just there. And we recorded this at Air Studios in London, and it was just such a treat, and a wonderful process.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's another thing that is really, really beautiful on the movie. And also, that you mentioned that not a lot of people know Trudy. How much do you think people are gonna learn from her watching your movie?
Well, it depends on how many people will see it, and I hope that people will come out and see it in the theaters, and because, like, you know, that is, you know, not to be too pretentious, but like, cinema is my art form, you know. I want people to watch films together in the church of cinema, and I think, you know, it's a social experience, and it's great that Disney, and, you know, wanted to put it up in the theaters, and I hope people get to see it there, and if not, it will be obviously at some point on Disney Plus. So I just want as many people as possible to see this movie.
Amazing. And aside from this project, any other projects that you're working on?
Well, I just wrapped another small movie for Disney called Tron, and
love it.
And so I have a week off doing, and I love it. Like, you know, be able to, again, feel so lucky to be able to work with different types of movies and different kinds of stories, and, you know, so it's nice to be, you know, out of the Tron grid, so to speak, and be out on the ocean with Trudy.
Amazing. Joachim, I just want to thank you so much for your time. A pleasure to meet you. I love Maleficent, The Mistress of Evil as well. So thank you so much for your movies.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
If you like to support or continue to support Jana on Camera, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share the videos.